Good morning, everyone. I'm Britt. I'm going to be coaching you through a 60-minute Kettlebell Solo class today. Kettlebell Solo is a foundational kettlebell program that's going to build strength, increase your fitness, and improve your body awareness. It's open to beginners and experts alike. They'll all benefit from this class, and all you need is a 10 to 30 pound kettlebell. And if you're interested in trying kettlebell partner passing at some point, this is the best way to prepare your body to do so. I'm really excited to be sharing Kettlebell Solo with you because this is a program that's been therapeutic for me over the last few years of my healing journey. If you're on my mailing list and read the story that I've sent out, you know that I have over-exercised a lot to the detriment of my health and well-being. Kettlebell Solo is a place where I finally found a kettlebell program that's sustainable for me. One that's about being gentle on your body, tuning in and listening to your body, and finding the minimum effective dose of exercise to stay healthy and fit. I've learned the hard way that more is not more when it comes to exercise. Less is truly more. It's my hope that in sharing this class with you, you'll find a more balanced approach to exercise and your relationship with your body. And if you even get a fraction of the lessons that I've taken away from doing Kettlebell Solo, it's going to be well worth your time and effort. Before we begin the class, I'd like to remind you to please listen to your body. If you need to take a break, if you need to grab water, if you need to decrease the number of reps we're doing, or even omit an exercise altogether because it doesn't feel good for you, please do so. Since I'm not there to monitor you in person, I'm going to invite you to please be responsible for yourself and adjust the class as needed. Now, let's review some of the stances before we head into the warm-up. In Kettlebell Solo, we use a variety of stances or setups with the feet so that we can get a more well-rounded strength when we're training. Today we have 2 square stances and 2 stagger stances that we're going to use. For our square stances, we're going to have neutral square, so please test these out as I walk through them just so you're familiar with them when they come up through class. So neutral square, feet about hip width apart, that's going to be our first square stance. Then we'll have wide square, so feet are going to be wider than hip width. A width that feels comfortable for you as long as it's wider than hip width apart. Then for our stagger stances, we'll have a neutral short stagger. So starting from that neutral hip width apart position, you'll take a step 1 foot length forward. This is our neutral short stagger. And like with any of our stagger stances, we're going to do whatever exercise we're doing, both with the right leg forward and with the left leg forward. Our last stance that's going to show up today is a neutral long stagger stance. So from that neutral square width, we'll take 3 foot lengths back, or alternatively you could do foot lengths forward. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to be our neutral long stagger, and we'll be using this for a split squat later in the class. So let's get started with our warm-up. We're going to begin with a little bit of neck mobility, so find a neutral square stance. Go ahead and take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, up. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Breathe in and out through the nose. Coming to center, go ahead and turn and look over your right shoulder. And then turn, look over your left. Switching sides. It's a good way to just check in with how your neck and shoulders are feeling today. One more each side. And back to center. Go ahead and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Coming through the center, left ear to left shoulder. Alternating sides. Nice and gentle, don't feel you need to force the range of motion here. Just nice and slow and easing into a little bit more range with every rep. Good, back to center. We're gonna do our chicken, double chin. So I'm gonna jut my chin forward, and then I'm gonna glide it back and think about lengthening out through the back of my head, or through the crown of my head, lengthening the back. Do a few reps here. Good. We're going to move into pelvic tilts. So we're going to find our neutral short stagger here. So neutral width, short length, stepping forward one step. Okay, place a little bend in your knees. You're going to take your hands to your hips and gently tilt your pelvis back and forth. As we're doing this, we're thinking of activating the low back muscles and the lower ab muscles. And I'd like you to think of relaxing them gently. If you try to contract the muscles really hard, you're going to miss out on the subtlety of this exercise. So I want you to think of 10% effort on your contraction on the low back, 10% effort on pulling the low abs in. And that gentle effort is going to help us get more connected to our deep core muscles. Try to also aim for making this move really nice and smooth. Good, and let's go ahead and switch legs. So come back to your neutral square, step forward into that short length with the other leg, little bend in the knees, and nice and slow. That 10% effort here. Pelvic tilts are an excellent way to start warming up your back and abs for any weight training or any strength training in general. It's a good way to get more familiar with what your pelvis position is during the different movements you're doing, which is going to help us know which part of the body we're engaging more. Good, and release. You're going to need your kettlebell for this next exercise. So grab your kettlebell. We're going to be doing a kettlebell handcuff. So we're going to grab the kettlebell behind the back, palms facing away from the body. And I want you to think of squeezing the shoulder blades together to open up the chest. And we're going to do some nice deep breaths here. I want you to think of inhaling into your chest and expanding through the chest. Okay, so go ahead and take 5 nice big inhales and exhales in and out through the nose, thinking of expanding your chest. Here we go. One. Two. Think of dropping those shoulders down, back by squeezing them, and down, letting them relax. Inhale into the chest. 3. 4. 5, and release. You can set your bell down. We'll come back to that guy. We're going to do hip hinges in our neutral short stagger stance. So find your neutral short. You can go hands on your hips or hands on the front of your thighs and go ahead and slide down into a deadlift position or hip hinge position here, and then nice and slow bringing back up. We're going to do 10 reps on each side. So this is an example of how we can use our stagger stance to train the lower body a little bit differently. In one of our next classes, we'll be doing a stagger stance deadlift. So using this position or a similar position, we'll be training our deadlift. So while it's very similar to a regular deadlift, you're just hitting the muscles from a different position and building better strength through different ranges of motion. 6, 7. As we're going through this warm-up, I'd like you to really start tuning into your body and seeing if you can feel what muscles are engaging here. And then when you feel which ones are engaging, see if you can get them to contract a little harder just by placing your attention and focus there. Okay, since I was talking, I'm not totally sure what rep that was, but I think it was 10. So we're going to switch back to that neutral square. Step the other foot forward. Same idea here. And just take note if you feel a difference from one side to the other. Anything you notice that feels better or a little bit more challenging on one side versus the other. That's 3. 4. And I did have a question about breathing during some of the different strength training exercises. So we can talk about that a little bit here. As you go down, I'd like you to think of inhaling. As you go up, think exhale. Okay, so that's going to be true for a lot of the strength training exercises we're doing today. I want you to think of inhaling on the preparatory position and exhaling on the work position. So the deadlift is harder on the way up because you're lifting the bell. So that's going to be your exhale. And our downward phase, or as we slide down or bring the bell to the floor, would be our preparatory phase. So inhale down, exhale up. Good. And whether you breathe in and out through your nose or through your mouth, it's kind of up to you depending on how fatigued you are at the time. So try to do it in and out through your nose, but as you move through workout, you may need to take some air in through your mouth, and that's okay. Okay, next we're going to do a squat. So we're just going to use our neutral square position for this one. Feet about hip width apart. Toes can either be pointed straight forward, or if you'd like to angle them out a little bit, that's totally fine. Just be sure that if your toes are tracking forward, your knees are tracking forward. If your toes are tracking out, your knees are following your toes. That's going to keep your knees feeling good during your squats. So we've got 10 reps here. Let's go. And you can also decide on your depth on your squat. So you can go quarter squat depth, you can go half squat depth. I might have just showed those about equal. Let's say quarter, half, parallel, or if you've got really good mobility and you want to go as low as you can, I'll leave that up to you. You can always sit down on a chair for your squat if that feels safer or more comfortable for you. Please feel free to grab a chair and work on your chair squat. Also an excellent exercise. We're going to call that 6 because I lost track again. That's what happens when you're talking. 7, you guys probably know exactly what number you're on. 8. 9, 10, nice work. Okay, we're gonna do some ankle work here. So you can either feel free to practice your balance by standing on one leg, or place your hand on a wall, a chair, something next to you to give you a little bit of stability. So you're gonna lift one leg, and I want you to do a gas pedal. So you're gonna point the toe, and then you're gonna flex the foot. Okay, so that's 2, 3, nice and slow, and really try to get a little more range of motion every rep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch sides. Find your balance or grab hold of your wall on the other side. Point and flex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little more range each time. 5. Maybe you get a little snap, crackle, pop. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you do get some snap, crackle, pop while we're doing the warm-up, totally okay. As long as it's not painful, totally fine to feel some of that popping and cracking. It's part of the warm-up. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling warm by now, and we're gonna head into our first set. So for our first set, we're gonna do a tempo goblet squat. We're gonna work on shin circles, our exciting new leg exercise you guys are gonna love. And then we're gonna do some handoffs. But this week, we're gonna do our handoffs in a stagger stance. So if you were here at the first class, we did do these handoffs before, but we're gonna do them in a different position, and we're gonna have more reps because we're doing stagger, so we got both sides to do. So for our tempo goblet squat, just a reminder that tempo means we're going really nice and slow. So we're going more time under tension, which means better burn, and we're going to increase your muscular endurance as well as we're doing this. So what I love about tempo is that it really solidifies your strength through the entire range of motion of the exercise, and you don't need as many reps to really feel that effect of, the strengthening. So nice and slow. You can stay with my pace. I'm going to be doing 10 reps. Now, I encourage you to listen to yourself. So if 10 reps just feels like too many for you today, just go ahead and stop at whatever rep range feels good for you, and then you can just rest until I finish the 10. And I'll be counting every rep. We're going to go 4 counts down, 4 counts up. So for that goblet squat, you're going to grab your bell and you're going to hold it on the horns here, okay? So on either side of the handle. So we're going to have some arm and core work here as well. You're going to find a neutral square stance, feet about hip width apart. I'll go from the side, give you a better view, and we're going to go 4 counts down, 4 counts up. 10 reps is what I'm doing. You're welcome to join me for 10 or stop wherever feels good for your body. And as a reminder, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 9. Almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 10. Bell down. Whew, you're probably feeling those. So if you did those tempo deadlifts we did last week, those are tough. In my opinion, tempo goblet squats are harder. Okay, second exercise, we've got our shin circles. So this one I'll demonstrate for you first, and then we'll start together. We're going to be doing this in a wide square stance, so feet wider than hip width apart. What's important to remember for the shin circles, we're going to be in a hinge position. I want you to try to keep a nice flat back and think of sticking your butt out. So remember on that pelvic tilt, when you lift the back of your pelvis, think of feeling like you're lifting the back of your pelvis a little bit. That's going to help you keep the weight in your hips and glutes as opposed to letting your tailbone tuck under. This is going to place more emphasis on your lower back, and we don't really want our lower back to feel too sore. It is going to work on this exercise, and you may feel it, but if you think of lifting the back of the pelvis, you're going to keep a lot of the work in your hips, which is ideal. So let me demonstrate, and then we'll start together. Wide square. We're going to go we'll start around, let's say we'll start right leg. So what we're going to do is you're going to slightly shift your weight towards your right leg, and then we're just going to circle the bell around your shin. Okay, and we're going to go nice and slow. We're going to do 5 reps clockwise, and then 5 reps counterclockwise. Then we're going to go over to the left leg, 5, 5. Okay, so go ahead and set up. Get ready in your wide square. Have your bell a little bit closer to that right leg. Sink back into your hips. Remember, lift up the back of the pelvis a little bit so you're really placing the emphasis on your hips and not your low back. Ready? We'll go behind the leg we'll go around the front. So let's go clockwise direction first. Ready, set, and go. 1, try to stay with my pace, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, let's reverse counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Bell down. Stand up. Legs rest for a second. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Find your hinge. Let's go for clockwise first. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse. 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, bell down, and rest. So I'm feeling that one a little bit in my lower back, a lot in my legs and hips. So great way to also build endurance through the back and the lower body to get you ready to do some of the more dynamic movements later on in future classes when we go to swings and additional drills from there. Third exercise, we're going to do our A turn from a stagger stance. So let me show you real quick what it looks like, then we'll do it together. From our neutral square, I'm going to step forward, so we're in neutral short stagger. Okay, bell can start either side, doesn't really matter. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, then we'll switch it over. That's 1, 2, okay, so we're going to do 10 reps, then we're going to switch our stagger stance, and we'll do 10 reps there. So go ahead and pick up your bell, get set in your neutral short stagger position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, count with me now. 3, makes it more fun when we do it together. 4, even though I can't hear you, but knowing that you're counting helps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We're going to switch sides. So on this one, I want you to think of just nice, relaxed, regular breathing in and out through your nose. The exact point where you breathe in and out is not as important. Just think of keeping it like a rhythm, a nice, smooth rhythm of breathing in and out through your nose. This exercise is great for working your grip strength. It's excellent for your core. And again, we're training these different positions, which we're going to see come up again in later classes with more advanced exercises. So this is just your starting exercise that's going to help build some strength, and it's going to lead to more progressions later on. So stay tuned for that. Here we go. Ready? 3 count. For 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you're still counting. 9, 10. Good. Bell down. All right, that's our first set through. We're going to go through all those drills again, starting with our tempo goblet squat. So let's go right to it. Find your neutral square stance. I'm going to count us out for 10 reps. Again, you can choose a rep range that's right for you. If you did a lower amount, you can try for 10 this time, or stay with that rep count if that's what's working for you today. So grab your bell, bring it into that goblet position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 10. Bells down. Okay, I feel that in my biceps a little bit. Hopefully you guys are feeling that too. Shin circles. Next up, wide square stance. I'm thinking maybe we go to 10 reps this time. So again, if 5 was plenty for you, stick with 5. If you'd like to try a few more reps, let's go to 10. Okay, let's start on that right side. Sink your weight over to that right leg. So 10 means 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. And again, please feel free to go to the range that feels right. If your back is burning too much, take a rest and wait for us to finish. Here we go. Clockwise first, and go. 1, 2, 3. Nice steady breathing here, in and out through your nose. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and shake it out. Good work. You'll feel how that starts to get a lot harder when you add the reps, and how it gets harder to really keep your back flat and sink into those hips, because it starts to burn the legs more. But really try to keep that nice flat back, slightly lifting up the back of your pelvis. Okay, let's do the left side, starting clockwise. Shift that weight. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. Really sit into those hips. Flat back. 1, 2. Take your time. Feel the burn. 3. Quality of the exercise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So anytime we're doing either tempo exercise or one where we're really taking our time and focusing on the quality, I would rather you do less reps and really focus on the quality of the exercise than to try to just hit a number. Okay, you're going to get more from it if you're really placing your intention and focus on every single rep. Okay, we're going to finish out this round here with a U-turn in our stagger stance. So instead of going in front of the body, that's our A-turn, we're going to go behind the body. So if you were here last week, we did this last week as well, except we did it in our narrow square. Today we're doing it in neutral short stagger. You're just going to be switching hands on the bell. Now make sure as you're switching, you're grabbing the corner so that when the other bell grabs, there's plenty of space for it. If your hand is in the center, you have less room here and you're more likely to drop the bell. If your hand is in the corner, it's very unlikely you're going to drop the bell because you've got plenty of space. Okay, so grab the corner, grab the corner. Find your neutral short stagger. And reminder, if this one isn't accessible for you because of your shoulder mobility and it feels like it's too hard to do, go ahead and do another set of the A turn out in front of your body. Okay, so we'll go 3 count and then we'll start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count with me. Here we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to switch legs. Before we do that other side, when you do the U-turn, you're going to notice that you want the bell to go outwards a little bit as it comes forward, because it's going to be easier for it to not like hit your leg if you're trying to go straight forward. So when I switch, I'm bringing the bell slightly outward, just like on that A turn, it goes slightly outward as it goes back. It comes in and goes out. With that U-turn, it goes out here, in, out. Okay, that should help you with that. Okay, let's find our neutral short stagger on the other side. Here we go, 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, count it out loud. 3, if you're working out with somebody, you guys should be counting out loud, you should be in sync. 4, makes it more fun that way, I promise. 5, guaranteed it'll make you giggle. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Okay, first round of exercise is complete. You guys are doing great. We're going to head into our next set of exercises. For this set, we've got a tempo split squat, so lots of squats today. A Shin Circle Figure 8, so we're going to progress our Shin Circle into a Figure 8, and then we've got an around the body handoff from our neutral short stagger. So we did those last week in a narrow square stagger. So tempo split squat, we're going to find our neutral long stagger stance. So we visited that in the warm-up. It's going to be our neutral long stagger. You have 3 different options for the split squat. This is a challenging exercise. So if you're just getting back into training, you're not sure about the exercise, please feel free to just do this body weight, okay? Because we are going to be doing it tempo, which is pretty tough, right? 4 counts down, 4 counts up. So feel free to just go body weight and take your time. If you want to add your weight, first option is hold that bell to the outside of your front leg, okay? Here, so you're adding a little bit of extra load onto your lower body. If you feel really good about split squats, you want to challenge yourself today, hold your bell at chest level. You're going to get more work on your arms and core here, okay? So I'll probably start the first round with my bell down and maybe finish it with bell and goblet squat. Again, please choose the variation that's right for you. Okay, find your neutral width and about 3 foot lengths back. If you need to adjust that a little bit, if you don't feel balanced here, feel free to step your feet wider apart, maybe use a wide width, and that'll find you a little more stability. You can always place your hand on a wall or a chair or something next to you if you need that extra stability to help you here. Okay, so let's count it out. We have 5 reps on each side. Ready? Try to stay with my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Very nice. Switch sides. Find your neutral long on the other side. Put your bell in whatever position you had it the last time, or place it on the ground and go body weight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Whew, gotta love split squats. Next are Shin Circle Figure 8 and wide square. So we're going to find the same position we used for our shin circles. This time we're just going to make an 8 through the legs. Same thing with keeping your body position with a nice flat back and really sitting into your hips. And we're just going to circle the bell. I'll show you a rep and then we'll start together. So you're going to bring the bell behind one leg, around, and then the other. Okay, try to keep your torso in the center as much as you can. So that was actually 2 reps. I showed you 2 reps. So that's one direction, and then we'll reverse directions. So we've got 10 reps one direction, 10 reps in the other. And again, you can reduce the number of reps if that feels right for you today. Here we go. Sit back into those hips. We're going to start by bringing the bell behind the left leg. Ready, set, and go. 1. Take your time. Try not to go really fast bringing the bell through. 2. Remember, I'd rather you do less reps and go slower. 3 than to rush through it. 4. Smooth breathing in and out through your nose. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, reverse. Now we're going to go around that right leg. 1, 2, really sit down into those hips. I know it burns the legs, but we want that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Stand up. So again, just like our shin circle, this is a great way to build the endurance in your low back and your entire lower body. And that's going to help you be more prepared to do more dynamic or complex exercises that can tax your lower back. This is just going to help build you a really strong foundation so that your back will feel better when you're strength training. Okay, we've got our around the body handoff. We're again going to visit our neutral short stagger. And we're going to start with bell handle in the right hand, bell at your left hip. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to circle the bell all the way around the body like this. Okay, that's 1. We're going to do 10 reps, and then we're going to reverse direction. In order to reverse direction, I'll just have you bring the bell up to your other hip, and then we reverse it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do 10 reps each direction. I'd like you to count with me. Okay, so if you're doing this with somebody right next to you right now, I want you guys to see if you can sync up with your around the body handoffs and count together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hope you're counting, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it up, and reverse, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it up. Good. Now we're going to switch our stagger stance to the other side, and then we got 10 more in each direction. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it up. Reverse in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it up. Excellent. So those around the body handoffs, another great way to train your grip and your core. And when we're doing them in stagger stance, they're actually great for building your balance. So as you'll see, what will come up in future classes is a longer stance and maybe a narrow long stance. When you get to that, really excellent way to challenge your balance and coordination with the kettlebell. Plus, it's going to lead us to our stepping drills. If you were here last week, you saw that, and we'll take a sneak peek again at that after we finish our next set. So we've got our tempo split squat one more time. So choose whether you want to go body weight or with your bell, or whether you want to use a harder or easier position this round. So find your neutral long stagger. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Switch sides. Find your neutral long. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Exercise number 2, we've got our Shin Circle Figure 8. Wide square position. We'll start by going behind the left leg. Find that nice deep hinge position and go. 1, stay nice and stable through that torso. 2, 3, 4. Remember, you can stop anytime you need. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse direction around the right leg. Here we go. 1, hang in there, I know these are tough. 2, nice and slow. 3, quality of each rep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bell down. Okay, we've got our last set around the body handoffs. We're almost there. Get ready, set up in your neutral short stagger, bell at your hip. Don't forget to count out loud. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it up and reverse, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it up and switch your stagger stance. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count out loud, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse direction and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it up. Good. Bell down. Last thing we're going to go over, we got enough time, we're going to go over a back step, around the body handoff back step before we do our cool down. So if you were here last week, we did an around the body handoff front step, and the two are really related because when we do a front step, we're also doing a version of the back step when we come back. Now when we're doing a back step, we're going to come back first, and then we're doing a version of the front step when we come forward. So practicing one will help you with the other. So let me walk you through it, talk about it for a minute, and then we're going to give it a try together. So we're going to be using our around the body handoff. I'm going to have you start in a somewhere between narrow and neutral stance. I'm going to go with narrow. So we're going to go, if our bell is traveling clockwise, we're going to take our back step when the bell comes around my left leg. When it comes from back to front, that's when I'm going to step back. So I'm counterbalancing the bell. Okay, and I can step back with either my right or left leg. Okay, those are just back step with your right leg versus back step with your left. So let's do back step with our left leg. So we're going clockwise, and I'm going to have you step back with your left leg when you practice it. So show you what that looks like. Back, I'm going to pause there, and then forward. I'm going to go back, and then as the bell comes front to back on the other side, I'm going to step forward. Again, I'm counterbalancing the bell. The bell is coming towards me, and I'm going to step towards it. Okay, so here we go. Grab your bell, start to circle it clockwise direction. We're going to back step with the left leg. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this next one here. Back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front. 5 more. Back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front. Here we go, last one. Back, front. Good. So that one, it can be a bit challenging with the timing and take some time to feel it. So if it doesn't feel totally right, that's okay. We're going to be practicing this in future classes. It is important to work on getting that timing right because we're going to be progressing into further exercises that use these steps. And if you are having trouble with it, please feel free to email me and ask me about setting up a private session. We can work on it together. Now we're going to reverse direction. We're going to go counterclockwise, and we're going to step back with the right leg. I'm like confused because in the laptop it looks like my left side. Okay, so you're going to go counterclockwise, and you're going to be stepping back with your right leg. Okay, so as the bell comes around, you're going to be stepping back, and then you're going to do a full circle, and then as it comes back, we're going to step together. Okay, so normally the regular pace of this would just be back forward, but you really want to make sure you have the timing nailed before you do that, which is why we're going to go back and do a full circle before we go forward. Okay, so this is going to be our step, pause, step variation of this exercise. Okay, so here we go. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back, front, back, front, back. Nice and slow circle. Front, don't rush it. Back, front, back, front. 5 more. Here we go. 1, back, front. That's 2, back, front, back, front. Last one, back, front, bring it up. Nice work, you guys. Okay, we're going to move into our cool down. We're going to do some pelvic tilts because in addition to being a great warm-up exercise, they're also a great cool down exercise in case your back is feeling at all sore from sitting in that hinge position on your shin circles and shin figure eights. This is going to just help it loosen back up and get us ready to finish out with our breathing. So I'd like you to find your neutral long stagger one more time, what we used for our split squats. And I'd just like you to find like a quarter squat position here. We're going to go 10 tilts here, so hands on your hips, breathing in and out through your nose. If your heart rate got up on that last one, we want to bring it back down. And try to make this movement as smooth as you can. That's 5. Alternating between that 10% effort of the low back, 10% effort of the low abs. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Find your neutral long stagger, quarter squat position, hands on your hips. Here we go. Nice, smooth 10 reps of your tilts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last position we're going to do our pelvic tilts in is going to be a wide square hinge position. So for this, you can place your hands on your thighs, or you can put a chair or a box or something out in front of you and place your hands on there. That's going to be a little bit easier. We're going to do our pelvic tilt here. Okay, so think of pulling up the back of your pelvis and then tucking your tail under. Okay, so we spent a lot of time in this position today, so we're just going to try to loosen up the low back here. And incidentally, if you want to learn how to twerk, this is going to be your starting place right here. Now, I'm not teaching that, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who will. I'm just getting you prepared. Okay, let's go 5 more. 1. Again, really gentle with the movement, really nuanced. It's a small movement. It's not a large movement. But as you practice it, you'll notice that you get better range of motion as you start to get in tune with the muscles that move your pelvis. I've been working on these pelvic tilts. I used to have a lot of tightness in my low back and a lot of, I would kind of stick my butt out when I walked or my normal posture. These pelvic tilts have helped me a lot with that, with improving my posture, and I rarely ever have any lower back stiffness anymore. And I really attribute it to improving my lower abdominal strength and doing a lot of these pelvic tilts. Good, and go ahead and release. Okay, we're gonna finish out with 5 minutes of nasal belly breathing. Oh, okay, well, we don't have time for 5 minutes, I think. We'll do 2. We're gonna do 2 minutes of nasal belly breathing in and out through your nose. Really just get your body to relax. I'm gonna grab my phone so it can time us. Go ahead and find a comfy spot to lay down. Well, we're actually going to do 5 minutes. If you don't have time to do 5 minutes, please feel free to sign off and have a great day. If you have time, please stay so you can get the full 5-minute relaxation here. Okay, so find a comfy spot to lay down. We're going to set the timer. You're going to breathe in and out through your nose, whatever laying position is comfortable for you. Legs bent or legs straight. Feel free to place your hands on your belly so you can feel your belly inflate as you inhale and deflate as you exhale. Try to take a long, slow breath and just stay relaxed and focused on your breathing. Go ahead and slowly come back up to a seated position. You guys are done. Thank you so much for joining me in the workout today. I hope you had fun. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. If you have feedback or any questions for me, please feel free to email me, and have a wonderful rest of your day.